Hey everybody, this is Dragonshy and welcome to another reaction video. So today we're going to be reacting to Cinema Sins, or Everything Wrong With, or whatever you want, from LittleshyFiM. So yeah, I actually have been meaning to react to this for quite a while, but again, I've been doing loads of other stuff and I haven't really had time to, so yeah, we're just going to do a bunch of them today. I think we're going to do the first 10 today, and we're going to start off with Season 1. So that's all the way from Friendship is Magic all the way to the Paris Bread episode, so yeah. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to this, and I hope you guys are too, so yeah, let's just go ahead and get right into this. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Everything Wrong With Friendship is Magic Part 1.
Not even the series' origin story gives us the elements of harmony origin story.
Yeah, that's
real
true.
Heads use picture books. The theme that made us all cringe at one point.
So true.
Littleshy's presents mysteriously disappear from their backs. Spike's very first appearance in the show involves Twilight abusing him. A fictional character once again looks everywhere except for right in front of themselves for the person in which they're so loudly shouting the name of. I really can't imagine what the background artist intended this to be. Even Spike has better handwriting than myself. The more you think about it, the more lens flares don't actually make any sense in a cartoon.
Yeah.
Something tells me these sky chariots don't exactly have a 5-star rating for safety. There is absolutely nothing keeping the passengers safe in the event that the driver accelerates too fast. Also, these mountains are either really tiny, or they are moving extremely fast. Green apple in, red apple out. Maine remains messy simply because it's relevant to the plot. The blue jay is a territorial bird that is known to attack and kill smaller birds. Spike claims to have hatched from a purple and green egg. However, any diligent Brownie will know that his egg contained absolutely no green later in the series.
Yeah.
Minuet, Lemon, Amethyst Star, Lyra, and Twinkleshine all followed Twilight from Canterlot and brought their twin sisters. How nice. Twilight Sparkle is colorblind. She also seems to drink quite a bit before actually tasting the hot sauce. This retarded pony offends me greatly.
Pinkie Pie starting to turn the tail on the pony!
That has the potential to become very dangerous in a room full of ponies. Judging by the time of night, style of music, and Spike's lampshade hat, this party sounds like it could have been the highlight of the season if we actually had a chance to see it. This prophecy still doesn't make sense.
Time to watch the sunrise!
So apparently the sun rises at 4 AM in Equestria? No one thought to keep an eye on the ruler of the land? Not even to give her a cue to make an appearance? Maybe she's just taking care of her royal duties in the little filly's room. These three haven't met yet. Cliffhanger. Wait, did these three previously appear on screen before just so these credits would make sense in this episode?
Okay, yeah. The moon. Tartarus. Okay, that was cool.
Previously on My Little Pony. Theme. I admire these guards' bravery, but I pity their intelligence. Shouldn't they be dead?
Where's she going?
Thinking out loud. Twilight Sparkle reads with the speed of a Time Lord. I love how Twilight has to think for a moment whether or not she wants to share her knowledge. It's like keeping a secret that loses its value after it's out.
I read all about the prediction of Nightmare Moon.
Reminder that Sunbutt is always watching. This background doesn't properly reach the top of the frame.
Especially if there's candy apples in there. What? Those things are good.
Let's just say that Pinkie Pie's humor has really improved since Season 1.
Yeah.
I still don't understand how needlessly dropping Twilight off a cliff expresses honesty. Maybe unfounded trust, but honesty? Fluttershy apologizes for letting Twilight slip, but it was actually Rainbow Dash that let go. Conveniently placed ledges. You'd think Twilight would see this mysterious blue smoke. The Manticore has no thorn in its paw until later.
Yeah.
Defecate while walking. Next time, don't let Twilight lead after having so much hot sauce. Nightmares.
Tell me she's not.
These ponies act like no one has ever broken into song before. Or did they only start doing that after Hasbro started following them around with cameras? That is how it works, right? If these scary faces are all in their heads, how is Pinkie in the mouth of one? This sea serpent is awful far from the sea. Did Rarity take the scale from his chin or something?
Ow! What did you do that for?
Rarity, what are you...
Oh!
Twilight walks on water.
You?
This bridge does not obey any laws of physics, nor does it follow any laws of continuity. Why are characters always so trusting of evil voices?
Don't listen to them.
Fog has extensive muffling capabilities. Tying knots with mouth.
When the 5 are present, a spark will cause the 6th element to be revealed. What in the hay is that supposed to mean?
I'm with Applejack on this one. Friends exit the room simply because it's relevant to the plot. Twilight disappears, but is immediately found just next door. Nightmare Moon stands around for a good 10 seconds while Twilight reminds the audience of her objective.
Yeah.
Took their time to stroll on over. Would you trust a face like this if you were dangling off the edge of the cliff? Fluttershy's almond shards are improperly layered.
Just like your cutie mark.
Fluttershy is colorblind. This lens flare is improperly layered behind the crack in the window. Also, lens flare. Twilight knew all this time that they were sisters, and yet still acted surprised to hear so. I sure hope this offensive pony doesn't become a thing. Sunbutt's butt butted a tail. Awful chipper considering they haven't slept in 3 days.
It ain't natural.
Okay, this is really cool. Everything wrong with the Ticketmaster.
Are we talking about the Grand Galloping Gala?
Spike chucks perfectly good apples, and Applejack has nothing to say about it. I don't see any of the golden delicious apples that AJ claims to be carrying. Silly animators, you can't put windows on an apple. Theme. Twilight acts as Spike if he's been to the gala as if he'd actually go without her. This pony is levitating. Barry Punch pays 8 bits for a basket, but Applejack only puts 4 in the chest. That sure is a hefty commission. Judging by these flies, Big Mac must be trudging through his own fertilizer.
I'd give my left hind leg to go to that gala.
Oh,
Twilight would have taken Applejack's left hind leg if Rainbow Dash hadn't interrupted. My headcanon is that Big Mac sent Rainbow Dash as a spy to ensure he wouldn't have to put on a girdle. I think he succeeded. This bed looks very uncomfortable. Must be a GoPro. Whatever the Buccaneer Blaze is, it's simply too awesome for us to see. Nope. Stump is practically in the middle of the road. Forget Granny Smith's health. I need to live out my dreams at the expense of others. I genuinely wanted to see the outcome of that hoof wrestle. What's
Yeah.
wrong with Pinky's body? Pinkie Pie decimates an innocent teddy bear. With a different facial expression, this scene would be quite traumatizing. Rarity could easily get the other ticket simply by convincing Spike to pretend to want to go, and then get him to make up some excuse to give it to her. I'm seeing some Flash puppet scaling issues here. This scene really messes with the headcanon and canon alike when it comes to the eligibility of being a princess.
hummingbirds that can really hum.
Don't they all? Timmy Turner is trapped inside of Twilight. When does movie make her transition?
I can't decide!
That's why I only eat at places with numbered meals.
I would love a daffodil and daisy sandwich.
Ponies have difficulty digesting daisies, and daffodils can actually be toxic. Spike orders the same thing that is offered as a seat. Twilight's favorite friends must be Fluttershy and Applejack. Mr. Fantastic as a pony. The rain would still be easily visible even if you're not directly under it. Looks like somebody forgot to bring in the hay fries. Or is that the hay that's intended for seating? Wait, shining armor?
We used to try to see and stare at the sun without
What?
stopping.
Judging by the delay between Rainbow closing the clouds and the rain actually hitting Twilight, these storm clouds are only about 45 feet off the ground. Those power tool sound effects are appropriate considering how difficult it must be for a four-legged animal to get dressed. Rarity left a booger on this privacy screen. How is Fluttershy aware of the theme song?
We're all doing a little spring cleaning.
Fluttershy is secretly a union mobster. Tomatoes are poisonous to ponies. Angel is a diabolical little demon. Not this pony again. I clearly heard a pony say, "I'll do your taxes." Not a perfect world after all, is it? Wait, it's nighttime now? Either the lights were on all day, or Twilight turned them all on only to turn them all back off. Either way, it's a sin. This is one animation error that no commentary or witty comment. My headcanon is that Rainbow Dash would have actually taken the ticket if it weren't for this stare.
Now you won't get to go to the gala either. No.
Well, wallop my wither, Spike.
For what possible reason could this be a saying in Equestria?
A letter from the princess? That was fast.
Of course it was. Celestia had planned this whole ordeal from the start and had the 6 tickets ready from the very beginning.
How come I?
Spike, 2 tickets were sent to Twilight and yourself. You gave up your ticket, remember? If Spike wanted to go, all he had to do was accept the ticket, and this whole conflict would have been avoided.
Aw, come on, Spike.
Rarity's wardrobe. I like the sentences that they give. Okay, and on to Applebuck season.
Well, I better get kicking.
Part of being honest is knowing when not to make promises you know you can't keep. Applejack should know better. Theme. Berry Punch leaves the safety of her own home to join the others in running around like maniacs.
Pinkie Pie, are you crazy?
Did she really just ask that question? Silly Shoeshine, you're not a main character. If this bell has any meaning at all, Muriella is either a wanderer or a ninja cow that's always sneaking up on others. And suddenly every pony is teleported from Town Central to Applejack's farm to pose in front of the cinematically positioned sun. Rarity only has 4 brief lines in the entire episode. Magically disappearing ribbons. Using magic to affix a banner to a building is overkill, even for unicorns. The writing on that page must be gigantic for her to move on to the next one already.
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish.
Free samples for every pony!
Pinkie Pie just gave away the cake's products for free. Every pony but Rarity appeared on stage. No pony thought to check for AJ before starting the ceremony.
Yeah, poor Rarity.
Giant balloon looming over the mountain in the distance.
Woo! Woo!
Pinkie Pie imitates a police car.
What's that pony doing?
Thinking out loud. It sure didn't take long for Twilight to master that teleportation spell. If you look closely, you'll see that Rainbow Dash is actually standing in midair next to a fence post. Rainbow Dash is about as good at calculating physics as I am. How did Applejack even get up here? This board has no support under it. I know they're cartoon characters, but shouldn't Rainbow Dash be a little more concerned that her friend just took such a substantial fall?
Applejack, what the heck is going on?
Rainbow Dash really needs to work on her recovery. Also, is the library really that far away? Unimpressed Stove is unimpressed. Pinkie Pie can easily see that Applejack is using the wrong ingredients. I'd say Pinkie be trolling if it wasn't for her also eating the muffins later on. She said muffin! That must define her entire personality.
We need all the help we can get.
What do you need help with? Mopping up vomit?
I think you're beating a dead tree.
That's quite an interesting idiom to have in Equestria. Random mule wandering around private property. Fluttershy is in charge of bunny population control. Recycled animation. Almost as overdramatic as a certain fandom I know. Careful, Daisy. Your Rainbow Dash is showing. This house is floating. Twilight just assumes that Applejack had something to do with the bunny stampede. Where did these green apples come from? Actors always talk about the good sides. I don't think this is Applejack's. Rarity is actually working. With magic like this, isn't everyone else's help just a waste of energy? Spike is a freeloader that only shows up once the work is done.
Okay then. Okay. And the Gilda episode.
Theme. Maybe Sweetie Drops and Bonbon are actually 2 separate ponies. Cloud Kicker was kicked out of the Ponyville market. Pepe Le Pew reference. Pinkie Pie grows an extra ear. Snorkeling with a flotation device.
It'll be totally fun!
Those words concern me when her hair is straight. North and south are tantamount to up and down in Equestria. Theme breaks the 4th wall. Spike carries 11 scrolls, but drops 10 on the ground. You'd think Spike would have seen this coming after the first mistake. Celestia has a hole in her ceiling. 7 scrolls become over 100 scrolls. Pinkie Pie giggles and speaks at the same time. I'm just going to assume that Twilight is making illegal performance enhancers. This can only end well. Clean your belly button, Pinkie. Now that's dedication to a prank. Pinkie and Dash might have painted the orchard fast, but AJ picks and throws them even faster. The fish might like Fluttershy now, but just wait until it's Harry the Bear's feeding time. Using a telescope to view the other side of a pond is overkill. Also, what is Rainbow Dash even looking at with that angle? Left eye? Right eye. Fluttershy is deaf and blind not to notice Artie and Pinkie. Also, I know time flies when you're having fun, but this is ridiculous. Lens flare. Gilda ignores Pinkie and addresses the camera instead. 2 attempted fist bumps in a row. Shoeshine and Sweetie Drops are blind. Although I guess you can't really blame them considering the apple baskets only exist for a moment.
She might get it back. It's just a joke.
I don't think they'll want it back now. Fluttershy walks backwards through a busy market. Floating house. If you think this is an odd expression, take a look at Cloud Kicker. Twilight and Fluttershy are awkwardly waiting for their cue.
Rainbow Dash, a griffin, so rare.
You've met Gilda, right?
I'm a year older than
Andrea Libman is a year older than Andrea Libman.
you. Don't mind if I...
You are the only one able to pick them up after all. Silly Berry Punch, you're not a main character. Are these supposed to be apples? Soon.
Can I blow out the candles?
Silly Spike, what, are you a... Oh. Voice actors, all too obviously trying not to blow into the microphone. The voice clip, "That's so funny," is used 3 times in a row. There's always that one guy getting their germs all over the cake. Rainbow Dash is standing on Gilda's right rear paw. Oh, final mushroom. Magically repaired cake.
There's so many
Pony
animation
on the
errors.
Pony is Rarity's favorite game.
Well, I am the guest of honor, and I'll have the purple tail.
Voice actors at cons in a nutshell. Cartoon Pony.
Dash and I have 10 times as much cool as the rest of you put together.
Well, obviously Gummy is not in the room at the moment.
Dearest Princess Celestia,
I sure hope this letter doesn't get picked up by Celestia's newly installed spam filter.
You've got mail.
Crazy contraption. Magic's magic.
Okay, the Trixie
First
episode.
episode in the series in which both Pinkie Pie and Fluttershy don't have a single line. Theme.
Oh yeah.
25 different kinds of tricks and counting.
Deja vu.
5 different types
but what if a unicorn's special talent is magic?
Twilight is so meta. Typical stupid male stereotype. Twilight rudely pushes her way to the front of the crowd. Someone forgot how to background.
Especially when you got me around being better than the rest of us.
No sin found here.
I mean, it seems we have some naysayers in the audience.
Get it? 'Cause they're horses? It's Trixie's job to show off. Rainbow Dash is being a real jerk by interrupting her performance. Then again, I'm not so sure exactly how Trixie even makes a living by insulting others. Hoofington? Isn't that like as if we were to name a place Footville? Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know what Snails was saying, but it sure didn't sound like he said sweet. Silly Spike. Freedom of speech is reserved only for the Unicorn Master race. Twilight suddenly remembers something terrible from her fillyhood. Trixie has a detachable tail. Liwa is sad. That's really impressive. She made a rope appear out of thin air. Ponyville went from honoring her to laughing at her being unfairly bullied. Nice town. Nice people. Crash Bandicoot spinning platform sound. Recycled animation. I would like to see the physics brony explain this one.
But Rarity conducts herself with beauty and grace. But there's more to magic than your brutish ways.
Rarity doesn't like the British.
What did she do to my hair? It's gorgeous.
Element of honesty, everyone.
I think I hear my laundry calling. We don't normally wear clothes.
How can you fall for her lameness?
That would be a great pun if Trixie were a cripple.
I like pudding.
It's funny 'cause he's stupid.
So walking up the street, hey?
Gee, I wonder what the remainder of the episode will be about. At the rate Snips and Snails are walking, the Ursa must have not been visible until it became dark and then it magically appeared. Also, they entered this frame from the left, but now we see a cave wall there. Tiny flowers. At least the Ursa is polite enough to patiently wait until they finish their conversation.
Stop goofing around and vanquish it, eh?
Canadian. Budget can only afford to smash one structure. It sounds like one of these ponies is yelling Stampede.
I just made the whole story up to make me look better.
Pretty darn lucky guess about the Ursa being in the Everfree Forest then. This loop of Rarity shouldn't have been in frame for this long. Yeah, it's fine. It's not like any pony needed that water for drinking or anything. I may not be a farmer, but I'm pretty sure this isn't how milking a cow works. Lyra comes dangerously close to meeting her time-traveling self. That Ursa shrunk in size considerably.
You don't mind my magic tricks?
I thought magic was real in Equestria. Why refer to it as mere tricks? They're pretending gonna
Yeah.
kill you in your sleep tonight.
We deserve whatever punishment you give us.
Okay, that one was probably my favorite so far. Okay. Oh yeah, there is an Equestria Girls one. I'll probably do that in a separate video. Just because this is for season 1 stuff. Okay, Dragonshy.
Fluttershy murders 3 innocent worms. Fluttershy's cottage has vanished. How would you feel if you were a dude trapped inside this body whose name was Angel Bunny? This entire episode is actually one big ripoff of another episode from Samurai Jack. Theme: how can Rainbow Dash speak while still keeping count? Also, her counting isn't at all consistent with the actual bounces. This frame is absolutely terrifying.
I'm gonna need balloons! One for every pony in Ponyville!
According to this 14-page, incredibly in-depth statistical analysis, that could be more than 4,000 balloons. Pinkie Pie's hair sure looks soft and poofy, doesn't it? Every pony looks terrified when Pinkie Pie points at them. They must fear that their number is up. Rainbow Dash can fly by using one wing to hold a ball.
Smoke is spreading over all of Equestria.
Really? All over Equestria? That's a pretty large area. It's kind of hard to imagine one dragon snoring causing such an impact. It's one thing to alert the rest of the main six, but why does Twilight have to go into a perfectly peaceful area and try to spread panic about something out of every pony else's control? Rainbow Dash smears Bolivia's flag on her face. I'd be just as scared of Fluttershy if the door slammed shut like that all on its own. Most of the ponies accessorize solely for the montage. The saddlebags are inconsistent for the remainder of the episode. Wait, where did Ponyville go? Twilight's library overlooks almost the entire town. This map makes just enough sense to be recognizable, but not enough to actually be relevant to their location. This is obviously the Vashta Nerda. Fluttershy's reaction is an understatement. Seeing the
That's amazing.
from a distance is fine, but when you get this close to them, it just feels lame. This angle of ascent is ridiculous.
Girls, this is no laughing matter.
Twilight is such a hard flank. This map is completely covering Twilight's vision. Had she not put it away at that very moment, this episode could have ended a little bit differently. This should have come with a professional ponies do not attempt disclaimer. Rainbow Dash is facing this way now, but somehow gets turned around here. Where are you going, Dashy? The path goes this way. Don't say avalanche, don't say avalanche, don't say... Rainbow Dash needlessly dodges falling rocks for the fun of it while her friends are fighting for their very lives. How many times does Applejack have to save Twilight's life to lose the degrading title of Best Background Pony? Fluttershy seems awfully smug about causing that mild disaster. Rainbow Dash starts to help Rarity up, but then just gives up and flies off. Wait, where did every pony... Oh,
Poor Rarity.
Recolored bushes. The spirit of generosity's downfall is her own greed. This really wasn't that bright of Rainbow Dash. There was great potential for the dragon to become enraged and attack the nearest village. Cartoony gag it may be, but Rarity was really the only one to get knocked over here. I always thought of the ponies as being colorful marshmallows, but they must be hard as a diamond to do this sort of damage to a giant rock.
But that rainbow one kicked me.
You can talk. Forget my life savings of gold and priceless jewels. These ponies are bad flank. Some background artist sure got lazy here.
How does Fluttershy put up with you?
Not much differently, actually. Spike writes all of the words in the same spot like a broken typewriter,
She's just 5 away from a new pony record.
as opposed to the squirrel record, which is quite impressive.
Okay.
What do you have to say for yourself? Can't hear
Cool.
you. Honestly.
And look before you sleep.
Phew.
Apparently the library was teleported to the outskirts of town. Daisy is a witch. Rarity stole Twilight's magical glow color. Applejack uses the phrase y'all incorrectly throughout the entire episode. Theme. Why is Rarity just hanging out in the rain? I thought she was in a hurry to get home. This is pretty much the rest we'll see of anything but the inside of the library.
Is inside a tree really the best place to be in a lightning storm?
I'm willing to bet that we have Jordan to thank for that line.
Spike is away in Canterlot on royal business.
Another donut! Extra sprinkles!
Rarity clearly declines Twilight's offer, but then Twilight responds by quietly shoving a book in her face. I wonder what was really written on that page. Rarity reads from right to left. It's things such as this hose that are a real slap in the face to all non-unicorn races. Somebody wasn't paying attention to the audio mixer. I'm pretty sure Tara reached clipping levels there.
What in the world is this for?
The cucumber does nothing.
Suddenly, we hear Pinkie Pie chewing for some reason.
How are you getting along over there, Applejack?
Just fine.
And how about them celery stalks? Wouldn't a makeover result in different appearances than what you started off with? Applejack, the bearer of the element of honesty, promises not to ruin Twilight's first slumber party. She's also the first to stir up any conflict. Twilight's voice is obviously pitch-corrected here. Forget the story. I would be more terrified of the lamp's sudden disappearance.
Ghost story? Check.
8 o'clock to 8:05. Guests arrive. 8:05 to 8:15. Opening remarks and general discussion.
Hooves. How do they work? Watch out, AJ. Raramina is coming to get you. There just happens to be such an
Yes.
dash nearby.
Make it a thing.
I guess Twilight has been playing Princess again. Unicorns are OP. Why does Twilight even have so many pillows? Applejack lands with the blanket under her here, but then we see Rarity rip it off the top like so. Twilight's right. You know what they say about time flying when you're having fun. Well, in this case, time seems to have been reversed. Apparently, Twilight's magical lightning rod repels lightning rather than absorbs it. What, did she pull the entire tree through the window? Yo, dog, I heard you like trees. This isn't Rarity's most flattering pose.
Stop being so pussy, picking up all those things, and help me move the one thing in here that actually matters. Books.
Why is this trunk sewed up on both sides? Where did those cucumber slices even come from? This episode really depicts Twilight as a naive fool, doesn't it?
Ooh, pretty.
A six-legged pony with
Yeah.
polka dot lightning stars coming out of his eyes.
Shooting stars coming out of his what?
Oh, I'm much more sorry than you are.
Are not.
Are you?
Are not.
Are you?
Okay, death by pillows.
It's that.
Okay, Bridle Gossip.
Lens flare.
Rainbow Dash must have gotten up early for once and cleared all the clouds away.
Or maybe one of the many other weather ponies actually did their job. Abusive alcoholic.
Is it zombies?
I hate it when everyone turns into zombies.
I would be startled by tailless Fluttershy too. Wouldn't these bracelets seriously impair mobility? If Zecora had only good intentions, why would she wear such suspicious clothing and do this? Theme.
Did you see Zecora?
Apple Bloom, I told you never to say that name.
We do not speak his name.
If Zecora comes to town once a month,
Yeah.
why would Applejack leave the farm and come to town upon spotting her? Wouldn't it be safer to just stay home? I don't think this is a sin, but they added the sound effect for me, so I just couldn't resist.
Just look at those stripes. So garish.
Sure, make the white pony a racist. Wings are for chumps. While the cakes are away, the dragon will steal some goodies. Pinkie Pie makes delicious pastries appear wherever she goes.
You know what I think?
Apple Bloom, hush and let the big pony talk.
Now we can add ageism to the list of discriminatory moments of the show.
And if any pony here were actually brave enough to approach her, she would find out the truth.
I wonder what Rainbow Dash's response to that was. She would have seen that as a challenge. Next time you hit a pothole in the road, just think of Zecora. Applejack axes where Apple Bloom is, without even bothering to look and see if she's right behind her. Battle-stained armor. Twilight's little speech about curses not being real doesn't make much sense. Curses have always been a part of the pony world, and they probably wouldn't be any harder to perform than any other spell that causes some sort of harm to another pony. Twilight is unable to use her magic, but is still somehow able to levitate this brush. Nightmare.
Yeah, it's true.
Apple Bloom tries to remedy the effects that wandering off into danger had on her friends by wandering off into danger yet again.
Gotta stay here and look for a cure.
Ironically, he does have the cure. It's right in front of him. Now, Applejack.
Yeah.
Now's not the time to lose your head. Apple Bloom left her sister stranded and alone in one of the most dangerous places in Equestria. Applejack completely defies gravity. If the forest is a dangerous and rarely explored area that every pony tends to avoid, how do they even know where Zecora lives?
I look horrible. This looks horrible. Oh, everything is going to Zecora be.
Poor Rarity, why is everyone such an asshole to Rarity?
How could Zecora possibly not see the ponies?
When the zebra's in the zone, leave him alone.
This door opens 3 times, but not once do we see any pony shut it. Applejack jumps onto Zecora, but then suddenly reappears on Rainbow Crash. Zecora sent Apple Bloom out into the forest all on her own. Does this face look like the face of someone who is innocent? Either
Yeah, I
both
remember
sides,
that.
Or there's a friend inside
I remember
with
seeing
impeccable
that.
timing. Hey, where did Pinkie... Oh, crap, she's on the ceiling again. I hate it when there's peas in the pool. She knows.
Okay, that one was really cool. And there's one more. Okay. There's one more.
What exactly have you actually seen Zecora do?
Well,
Okay, Swarm of the Century.
believe what I found at the edge of the Everfree Forest.
Fluttershy decapitates innocent flowers. Theme.
This would be an awful lot easier if there weren't 2 of us here getting under each other's feet.
He did say feet after all. Had he said hooves, Twilight might have been much more likely to catch his hint. Sometimes I get the feeling that the show is just one big villain origin story for Spike. Lyra is overly fascinated by a few flowers. Cherryberry has a right to be upset. A unicorn should really handle all work involving handles.
We couldn't fit it all in.
The show's script editors in a nutshell. Maybe if you stare at the well long enough, water will come out. I get in trouble for opening a bag of chips before the guests arrive. Just look at what Pinkie Pie gets away with. What exactly is this giant hat for? Twilight traded her pink parasite for a yellow one.
Giant hats.
I watched him sleep in bed at night. It's not creepy.
How did Twilight manage to fall off the middle of her bed? Nighttime? Daytime. This parasprite is having a bad day. Horses share certain similarities with cows in regard to this scene. Leave it to Rarity to form a parasprite sweatshop. Twilight must be a hologram because Rarity leaps right through her. Rainbow Dash is constipated. Celestia's mane has cut her in half. If ever an episode supports the best background pony motif, it's this one. I like to think that the parasprites are just playing along. Why else wouldn't they scatter and fly off?
Where did they come from? Time to take out the adorable trash.
Garbage Day!
Rainbow Dash's goggles disappear. Oh, when Pinkie Pie makes a mistake, she gets pretty harshly scolded. They didn't seem to care nearly as much when Fluttershy doomed the entire town with their selfish greed.
I'm not the ruiner. I am the ruinee.
Ruined.
Or is it ruiness?
Ruined.
Ruinette?
Ruined. No, not Lyra's pie.
I'll cast a spell to make them stop.
Oh, poor Lyra.
Right. Every unicorn has that one in their spellbook, right next to styling a mad gorilla's hair and removing stripes from a purple zebra. Looting in a time of others' distress.
They're eating the worms!
What? Twilight opens this door so fast she leaves her shoe behind. Zecora is an awesome character with a lot of potential. It's a shame that she's mere filler in this episode. I didn't know buildings could be suicidal. What did Pinkie Pie need the maracas and flute for?
The world may never know.
Inconvenient dashing. Rainbow Dash doesn't look very happy to see Celestia. You've come to the wrong neighborhood.
So, how's the trip?
It was pretty rough. Along the way we hit 5 birds.
They're not that adorable.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Terribly honored that you and the good citizens of Ponyville have organized a parade in honor of my visit.
Yeah, she's totally trolling. Celestia knows what's up.
An emergency.
I tried to tell you.
No, actually, Pinkie Pie never made any valid attempt to explain her actions. Pinkie Pie doesn't actually use the trombone as part of her plan to rid the parasprites. That means she planned for this exact ending.
Pinkie Pie Piper. Okay, well that was really cool. I really enjoyed all of those. I'm definitely going to be doing more of these, continuing season 1 and then going through all the rest. I will do the Equestria Girls ones at some point, and I really enjoyed this actually. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, really cool. Some stuff that I didn't notice. There was some stuff in there that I had actually noticed before because either other people have mentioned it to me or I've actually noticed it myself, but again, some of the stuff in there was really cool, especially some of the jokes and some of the dopey stuff and some of the Lyra, Twilight stuff, so I really enjoyed it all. It was really cool. This was a bit of a longer video, and there will be a bit of longer videos when I do these because it would just be like 3-minute videos if I was to do them separately, so I'm going to do like 10 per video, mostly, so yeah, I really enjoyed this, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, so if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.